Ch.Ch Ganaya Saha Jayanti Patakas Ch.Ch Sarvesham Gurunartino. So we're continuing this morning with Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We are in the Madhya Lila chapter 7, and Mahaprabhu is just beginning his journey to South India. Matta Simha Prai Prabhu Korila Gaman Prema Veshe Jai Korinam Sankirtan. Almost like a mad lion, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on his tour, filled with ecstatic love and performing Sankirtan, chanting Krishna's names as follows. Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Raksha Mam. Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Raksha Mam. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahi Mam. The Lord chanted, translation. The Lord chanted, Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Hey. Krishna, 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 Rakshamam. Krishna, 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 Pahimam. One thing that really has struck me, looking at the news in these last few days, is how extraordinary it is that people are able, that we are able to contemplate one subject matter and nothing else. It's coronavirus, 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 coronavirus. Like literally, like some days I've looked at the headlines, every single headline from like a different angle. Like this country, this expert says that, and we have this theory about how it started. This is how we can cure it. This is the progression of it in this country. And it's actually been in a way like inspiring, like how it's actually possible to be completely obsessed with one thing, So actually, our real tendency is to be obsessed with Krishna. It gives you some idea, like how it's possible to be totally fixated on one particular subject matter.
Because it's influenced by everything what you do,
right.
What you think, or what you
It's
feel.
affecting your whole life and your whole environment, right?
So it's a similar thing, like if you do wash your hands. Like you feel like there's a good quick off on like it's about this prashad and the mix. Like there's some cautiousness among the devotees also.
Right. Directed in a devotional expression.
But in that sense, people are more worried that the movie will finish, and then it's extra time wash their hands because like they want to keep washing it. But the devotees is more like they care and affection. It's the Lord trying to.
And I was remembering also that Srila Saraswati Thakur, he had a monthly magazine and he had a weekly magazine, and then he announced he wanted to start a daily editorial called the Nadia Prakash. And somebody said to him, was one political leader, as I recall, he said, how can you have a daily newspaper about Krishna consciousness? Like, how much is there to say? Like every day, how are you going to have something new to say, something fresh to say every day? And Saraswati Thakur said that the news of Vaikuntha can just one drop of, because one meaning of Vaikuntha is without limit, so it means like unlimited Vaikuntha. So Saraswati Thakur said, one drop of the news of Vaikuntha can flood this world, And he said, I've heard in America there are not only daily newspapers, but there are newspapers being printed by the hour. So if you have so much to say about the news of this world, then what to speak about the news of the land of Vaikuntha, the unlimited world? there is too much to say. There's an unlimited supply of news from that plane. So a few months ago, if somebody told me the whole world's going to be just talking about this virus, about a virus and nothing else, I wouldn't believe it. How is it possible that there would be nothing else to talk about? But we're actually seeing that happen, and that's just about a virus, So what to speak if you're actually tuned in to that live stream of Vaikuntha, of Goloka, Vrindavan, how much news is flowing, how much fresh taste and fresh angle is there, new developments, it is infinite.
If you have that capacity and that purity and that connection to be able to tune in.
Yes, if your wires are clear, they're not rusty, then you can become a clear channel for that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful. And on another note, you would think, oh, this is such a good time for preaching. I always think that actually. I remember. And but this is so we have not experienced that in our lifetime like this. And but then also we you need also that, maybe they say yes because it's such an emergency time, and of course we have to go more spiritual, more kind, more sharing, or be more goodness inside. But actually, if you don't have that sukriti, right, to really, then you can think, well, this is a good time to preach. You would think like that. But if you're not able to conceive of that, really, if this is not in your lifetime yet, to go in that other plane, right? Then, how would your take on that be?
Oh, I would say both is there. That circumstances like this, they may be something to push somebody's sukriti may be propelled, by something like this,
I hope so.
Because you do find in circumstances like this that people, they go a little deeper, and there's that expression, there are no atheists in the trenches. When you're on the brink of death, then everybody believes, So I think certainly circumstances like this, they can stimulate, persons asking the bigger questions in life, but then ultimately their sukriti, that will be there in the background, supporting that. So I think a bit of both. O Lord Krishna, please protect me and maintain me. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava Rakshamam, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava Pahimam. O Lord Ram, descendant of King Raghu, please protect me. O Krishna, O Keshava, killer of the Keshi demon, please maintain me. Ishlok paripate cholila gaura hari, lok dekki pate kohe bolo hari hari. Chanting this verse, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, known as Gaura Hari, went on his way. As soon as he saw someone, he would request him to chant, Hari, Hari. Se lok preme mata hoya bole Hari Krishna, Prabhu pache sangye jai darshana satrishna. Whoever heard Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chant, Hari, Hari, also chanted the holy name of Lord Hari and Krishna. In this way, they all followed the Lord, very eager to see him. Koto kane rahi Prabhu tare alinghiya, Vidai korilo tare shakti sanchariya. After some time, the Lord would embrace these people and bid them return home, having invested each of them with spiritual potency. Se jani jagrame koriya gaman, Krishna boli hase kande nache anukan. Each of these empowered persons would return to his own village, always chanting the holy name of Krishna and sometimes laughing, crying, and dancing. See, this is also a kind of virus. Mahaprabhu is transmitting this to someone, and then they're going home and they're transmitting that to everyone in their village. And
The divine virus.
people have been posting that meme, the Karuna virus. The virus of mercy. We want that virus. So each of these empowered persons would return to his own village, always chanting the holy name and sometimes laughing, crying, and dancing. Jadideke tare kohe koho Krishna nam, e mata Vaishnav koilo sabni jagram. Such an empowered person would request everyone and anyone, whomever he saw, to chant the holy name of Krishna. In this way, all the villagers would also become devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Gramantar hoite dekite ailo jatta jan, tar darshan kripai hoye tar sam. People from different villages who came to see such an empowered individual would become like him simply by seeing him and receiving the mercy of his glance. Se jai grame log Vaishnav korai, anya grami asitare deki Vaishnav hoy. When each of these newly empowered individuals returned to their own village, they also converted the villagers into devotees. And when others came from different villages to see him, they were also converted. Se jaya grame kore upadesh, e mata Vaishnav hoilo sabda kindesh. In this way, as empowered persons went from one village to another, all the people of South India became devotees. E mata patte jaite shata shata jan, Vaishnav korindare koriya lingam. Thus many hundreds of people became Vaishnavs when they passed the Lord on the way and were embraced by him. Jai grame rohi bikka korinjar gore, se grame jatalo kaise deki bare. In whatever village Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed to accept alms, many people came to see him. Prabhur kripai hoy Mahabhagavat, se sabacharja hoya tarilo jagat. By the mercy of the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone became a first-class devotee. Later, they became teachers or spiritual masters and liberated the entire world. Hematta koila javad kela setu bande sarvadesha Vaishnavoilo prabhur sambande. In this way, the Lord went to the extreme southern part of India, and he converted all the provinces to Vaishnavism. Navadvipe jai shakti na koila prakashe, se shakti prakashi nishtadiloda kindeshe. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not manifest his spiritual potencies at Navadvip, but he did manifest them in South India and liberated all the people there.
Can you read that again?
Yeah. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not manifest his spiritual potencies at Navadvip. His Shakti, he did not. Jai Shakti na koila prakash, he did not reveal his Shakti. But he did manifest them in South India and liberated all the people there. Purport: at that time there were many smartas, non-devotee followers of Vedic rituals at the holy place of Navadvip, which was also the birthplace of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Followers of the Smriti Shastra are called Smartas. Most of them are non-devotees, and their main business is following the Brahminical principles strictly. However, they are not enlightened in devotional service. In Navadvip, all the learned scholars are followers of the Smriti Shastra, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not attempt to convert them. Therefore, the author has remarked that the spiritual potency Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not manifest in Navadvip was by his grace manifest in South India. Thus everyone there became a Vaishnava. By this it is to be understood that people are really interested in preaching in a favorable situation. If the candidates for conversion are too disturbing, a preacher may not attempt to spread Krishna consciousness amongst them. It is better to go where the situation is more favorable. This Krishna consciousness movement was first attempted in India, but the people of India, being absorbed in political thoughts, did not take to it. They were entranced by the political leaders. We preferred, therefore, to come to the West, following the order of our spiritual master. And by the grace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this movement is becoming successful. So it's a very nice point. We're not trying to, this is not conversion by the sword. It's conversion by heart. So, our method is not to force or impose, but, those who have an open heart, who are actually wanting this, eager for this, then we will try to extend something to them. Prabhu ke je baje tare tar kripa hoy, se sab lila satya koriloy. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's empowering of others can be understood by one who is actually a devotee of the Lord and who has received his mercy. Alokik lilai jar na hoy vishwas, ihalok paralok tar hoy nash. If one does not believe in the uncommon transcendental pastimes of the Lord, he is vanquished both in this world and in the next. Pratame kohilo prabor jai rupe gaman, e mata jani ho java dakin brahmam. Whatever I have stated about the beginning of the Lord's tour should also be understood to hold for as long as the Lord toured South India. E mata jaite jaite gela korma stane, korma deki koilo tade stavan praname. When Mahaprabhu came to the holy place known as Korma Ch.Ch, he saw the deity and offered prayers and obeisances. So this is a temple of Kormadev, the tortoise form of the Lord. Prema veshe hasi kandi nitya gita koilo deki sarva lokir chitte chamatkar hoilo. While at this place, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in his usual ecstasy of love of Godhead and was laughing, crying, dancing, and chanting. Everyone who saw him was astonished. Ascharya shunyalo kailo deki bade, prabodhupa prem deki hoila chamatkare. After hearing of these wonderful occurrences, everyone came to see him there. When they saw the beauty of the Lord and his ecstatic condition, they were all struck with wonder. Darshane Vaishnav hoilo bole Krishna Hari, prema veshe nachelo gordva bahu kori. Just by seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, everyone became a devotee. They began to chant Krishna and Hari and all the holy names. They were all merged in a great ecstasy of love, and they began to dance, raising their arms. Krishna nam lok mukhe shuniya viram, se lok Vaishnav koilo anya sabhagram. Always hearing them chant the holy names of Lord Krishna, the residents of all the other villages also became Vaishnavas.
Hemata paramparai desh Vaishnav hoilo, Krishna namamrita vanyai desh basailo. By hearing the holy name of Krishna, the entire country became Vaishnav. It was as if the nectar of the holy name of Krishna overflooded the entire country. Kotokane prabhujari bhaja prakashila, kormer sevak bahu saman korila. After some time, when Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested his external consciousness, a priest of the Lord Korma deity gave him various offerings. Jai grame jaita e vyavahar, ekatai kohilo na kohibo arbar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mode of preaching has already been explained, and I shall not repeat the explanation. In whichever village the Lord entered, his behavior was the same. Kormaname se grame vaidik brahman bahushada bhakti koilo prabhurni mantran. In one village there was a Vedic Brahmin named Korma. He invited Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home with great respect and devotion. Koreani Prabhu koilo pada prakalan, se jal vamsha sahit korilo bakan. This Brahmin brought Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home, washed his lotus feet, and with his family members drank that water. Anek prakar snehe bhiksha korailo, gosai sheshan savamshe kailo. With great affection and respect, that Korma Brahmin made Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu eat all kinds of food. After that, the remnants were shared by all the members of the family. Jai Parapadma Tomar Brahmadhyana Kore, Se Parapadma Saksha Dailo Mur Gore. The Brahmin then began to pray, O my Lord, your lotus feet are meditated upon by Lord Brahma, and these very lotus feet have come into my home. Mor Bhagyar Simana Jai Kahan, Aji Mor Shlagya Hoilo Janma Kuladam. My dear Lord, there is no limit to my great fortune. It cannot be described. Today my family, birth, and riches have all been glorified. Kripa Koro Prabhu More Jao Toma Sange, Sahite na pariduk vishoy tarange. The Brahmin begged Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, My dear Lord, kindly show me favor and let me go with you. I can no longer tolerate the waves of misery caused by materialistic life. Prabhu kohe aiche bat kabuna kohiba, Grihe nahi Krishna nam nirantar loiba. The Lord replied, Don't speak like that again. Better to remain at home and chant the holy name of Krishna always. Jare deka tare koho Krishna upadesh, Amaragyai guru hoya tare desh. Instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Shri Krishna, as they are given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. So this is Mahaprabhu's famous line. Jare deka tare koho Krishna upadesh. Whoever you see, tell them about Krishna. Amar agyai guru hoya tare desh. Upon my order, become guru and save this land. And this means guru in the sense of, giving and trying to give instruction to persons, to give this message. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj discusses this in, I think, Search for Sri Krishna, and he says, Mahaprabhu, he points out that Mahaprabhu phrases this in a particular way. He doesn't just say become a guru, but he says Amar Agyai Guru Hoya, upon my order. So Srila Sridhar Maharaj says Mahaprabhu is saying just do this as an instrument. Don't let the dirt of false ego touch you by thinking, oh, I am a great person and I can tell people something, but that this is the Lord's instruction, this is the Lord's order, and as his instrument, I am trying to spread this consciousness. And then this is the second part of his instruction. Kabuna badibe tomar vishaya taranga punarapi etai pabemor sangha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further advised the Brahmin Kurma, if you follow this instruction, your materialistic life at home will not obstruct your spiritual advancement. Indeed, if you follow these regulative principles, we will again meet here, or rather, you will never lose my company. This translation is a little unclear, but I mean, I think what he's saying is that by following this order of mine, we will be connected. We will not be separated. In your material life, it will not become an obstacle to our association. So even though you may be in the world, you will be following my order, and that will unite us. Adhoksaja Prabhu from Mauritius, he told me that when he was leaving Navadvip one time, he was very sad, to be leaving, and maybe he made some comment about the separation he would experience. And he said, Srila Sridhar Maharaj quoted these two verses to him. You practice Krishna consciousness, you spread Krishna consciousness, and we will be united in that way. And Mahaprabhu also gave similar instruction to Srila Rupa Goswami, when Mahaprabhu met with Rupa Goswami in Prayag, and then for 10 days Mahaprabhu instructed him, and then afterwards Rupa Goswami, Mahaprabhu had to go, and Rupa Goswami, he couldn't bear the separation, and so he prayed to Mahaprabhu, please let me come with you. I cannot bear the waves of separation. And Mahaprabhu tells him, your duty is to follow my order. And in the following of my order, we will be united. It is a matter of consciousness, not physical proximity.
Didn't he say, like, you will feel my connection even more?
That, I don't know if that's exactly what he said there, but that's definitely true. Sure. Union and separation. It intensifies the connection. He mata jai kore Prabhu bhikka, se aiche kohe tare korae shiksha. At whose ever house Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted his alms by taking prasadam, he would convert the dwellers to his Sankirtan movement and advise them just as he advised the Brahmin named Kurma. Pate jaite devaloye rohe je grame jar gore bhikka kore se mahajane korme jaiche riti toiche koilo sarvatai nilachole punajavanai lagosai. While on his tour, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would spend the night at a temple or on the roadside. Whenever he accepted food from a person, he would give him the same advice he gave the Brahmin named Kurma. He adopted this process until he returned to Jagannath Puri from his South Indian tour. Ataiva iha kolihau kuriya vishtar e mata janibe prabhur sarvatra vyavahar. Thus I have described the Lord's behavior elaborately in the case of Kurma. In this way you will know Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's dealings throughout South India. He mata se rachi tahairo hila pratakale prabhu snan kuriya cholila. Thus, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would remain at night in one place, and the next morning after bathing, he would start again. Prabhur anuraji korma bahudur hailo, Prabhu tade jatna kodi gore pataila. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left, the Brahmin Kurma followed him a great distance. But eventually, the Lord took care to send him back home. Vasudev namek dvija mahashoy sarvange golita gushta tate kiramoy. There was also a Brahmin named Vasudev, who was a great person but was suffering from leprosy. Indeed, his body was filled with living worms. Angahoite je kirak, kosya padoi, utaya se kirarake se tai. Although suffering from leprosy, the Brahmin Vasudev was enlightened. As soon as one worm fell from his body, he would pick it up and place it back again in the same location. Talk about magnanimity. Rachite shunilateo gosai ragaman deki bade aila prabhate kormer bhavam. Then one night Vasudev heard of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's arrival, and in the morning he came to see the Lord at the house of Korma. Prabhur gaman korma mukete shunya, bhumite podila duke morchita hoya. When the leper Vasudev came to Korma's house to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was informed that the Lord had already left. So Mahaprabhu was traveling, and he passed through the village where this Vasudev was living. And Vasudev heard Mahaprabhu was passing through, so he went to Mahaprabhu's house to have his darshan, but he'd been told he just missed him. He left. So he was informed the Lord had already left. The leper then fell to the ground unconscious. Onek prakar vilap korite lagila, sekane hase prabhu tadea lingila. When Vasudev, the leper Brahmin, was lamenting due to not being able to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Lord immediately returned to that spot and embraced him. By the pull, the heart's pull. Prabhu sparshe dukkha sange kushta dore gelo, ananda sohite anga sundar hoilo. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched him, both the leprosy and his distress went to a distant place. This is like a Bengali expression, dore gelo. Like literally it means went far away, but it just means like it left, the disease left him. Indeed, Vasudev's body became very beautiful to his great happiness. Prabhur kripa dekitar vishmoy hoilo man, shlok podi payedodi koraye stavam. The Brahmin Vasudev was astonished to behold the wonderful mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he began to recite a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, touching the Lord's lotus feet. And we were just chanting this verse when we were on the train, Prapana Jivanamrita. This is the verse of Sudama Vipra. You remember? You don't remember I told the story of Sudama Vipra? Okay. Manohini remembers. Kvaham, so this is the expression of Sudama Vipra, Krishna's childhood friend, when he's coming as this like very poor Brahmin, beggar type position, and he visits Krishna in his beautiful palace in Dwarka. And Krishna, even though he's in this very poor condition, Krishna treats him with so much love and respect. And then afterwards, when he's leaving, Sudama's marveling over this, who am I and who is Krishna? And he treated me in such a wonderful way. So then there's this verse, and Srila Sridhar Maharaj has included it in Prapana Jivanamrita. What was the chapter, do you remember? Maybe
Was it
come
when you were reading?
Yeah, it was when she
when I was reading, yeah.
I was asleep.
Oh.
Probably chapter 6 or 7.
Chapter 6 or 7. Maybe embracing the Lord's guardianship. Maybe. Anyhow, this is the verse. Kwaham daridra papiyan kwa Krishna Shriniketana Brahma bandhariti smaham bahubhyam parirambitaha. He said, who am I, a sinful, poor friend of a Brahmin? And who is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, full in 6 opulences? Nonetheless, he has embraced me with his 2 arms. Bahustuti Kodi. So this Vasudeva, he's feeling like that. Look at me in such a dirty condition, and how magnanimous is the Lord, embracing me like this. Who am I and who is he? He is the greatest of the great, I am the lowest of the low, and that he embraced me with such love. Bahustuti kori kohe shunodoya moy jive gunanahi tomate hoy moredeki morgande palai pamar heno morde sparsha tumi swatantra ishvar. The Brahmin Vasudeva continued, O my merciful Lord, such mercy is not possible for ordinary living entities. Only the Lord can give so much mercy, can be so magnanimous, can be so loving.
And the holy name is the same as the Lord.
The holy name is more merciful, actually, than the Lord. So this is quite an interesting point, actually. It means we have to be forgiving if persons are not merciful, because they're not of such a high level. So, an ignorant person will behave in an ignorant way. So we should be forgiving of that. Only someone of a particular level of realization is able to extend mercy and love and compassion.
It's suffering when you are ignorant.
It's a state of suffering. Yeah. Oh, my merciful Lord, such mercy is not possible for ordinary living entities. Such mercy can be found only in you. Upon seeing me, even a sinful person goes away due to my bad bodily odor. Yet you have touched me. Such is the independent behavior of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I was thinking about this actually when we were on that train ride, because there was one man who came and sat next to us, and he had I think he'd burned himself or something, and so he had all these burns, and they were little sticky. And not only that, but he kept touching them. He came and sat right next to us, And so, my material response is to be very repelled, And I was remembering, not exactly this past time, but Sanatana Goswami. When Sanatana Goswami, he's showing all these horrible sores on his body. And Mahaprabhu doesn't care. And Mahaprabhu keeps going and embracing him. And then they have one discussion, because Sanatan feels so bad about it, he decides he wants to commit suicide, because he had these oozing sores, and then Mahaprabhu would embrace him, and then the sores are rubbing on Mahaprabhu's body. So Sanatan was feeling really bad, And so he decided to commit suicide. But of course Mahaprabhu understood his plans, and then they had this discussion. And one point Mahaprabhu made, he told him, he said, actually Krishna's testing me, because I'm a sannyasi, and I should be detached from the apparent good and the apparent bad of this world.
you know. And he quote, and then not he quoted, but this is a famous verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, spoken there by Mahaprabhu. Dvaite bhajra bhajra gyam, sab manodharma, e balo, e manda, e sab brahma. That in this material world, to distinguish between good and bad is a mistake, because it's all wrong. It's all a mistake. You know, it's all bad. You know, it's all meaningless. It's all based on illusion. You know, so I was remembering that. You know, when I was looking at this man, and my instinct was, you know, it was like, he sat next to, very close. Was it next? It was. Oh, yeah, Griffin's very like detached. He didn't care. I don't think he even noticed. He went and sat like right next to Griffin, like squeezed up against him.
Right here, so he was really close to us, and Vishakha was just like.
And you know, if he just had the sores, like that wouldn't really bother him. But he was like touching them like that, and then touching his phone, and I was getting really disgusted, you know. But then I was remembering that pastime with Mahaprabhu. You know, like bodily beauty and bodily, you know, dirtiness or ugliness, really, they're both on the same platform, you know. They're both on a material platform. They're both temporary manifestations of the material energy, you know. So, and you know, and you hear in Bhagavad Gita those descriptions of the, you know, the realized soul, like they're seeing spirit everywhere, you know.
Vishakha, do you remember there was this example of the mother seeing the eyes of her blind child as a lotus petals?
Mm-hmm.
So something which can be perceived as ugliness or something.
Right.
Something wrong, but the love totally sees it in a different way. The love.
Yes, that is true. That's a higher level of realization than just, you know, the indifferent perspective.
But
So
there's gradation, right? Also gradation how to preach to. So there is something in the material world that you say, well, this is a better platform, or this is a better sliding in for, you know, talking about, you know, also, that is also in gradation. What can you talk about and how far can you go? So there is some measurement that we do on the material platform in, for example, preaching or...
of course, you know, and you know, in a general sense, it's not that we, you know, you can go to an impersonalist conclusion if you go too far, you know, in the extreme on that route, you know. We do appreciate the duality of this world. At the same time, you know, I mean, we saw that with Srila Gurudev. He would appreciate the beauty of this world, you know. So, you know, there is some positive angle that is there. But at the same time, in the background, there's that foundation of that, you know, solid spiritual understanding. But it's not that we will negate or totally dismiss the duality and variety that we see in this world.
It's more like seeing like the beauty in this world as like a representation of like the spiritual world, like a reflection, rather than seeing it as like material. Like
Yeah, that's a devotional perspective. Yes, absolutely.
And also...
It's like an indication of the beauty of the higher world. Yeah.
And everything is also an ingredient for service to offer.
Yes. Yeah, that is also true. That is also true. Yeah, I mean, we have to accommodate all of these perspectives, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with the devotional angle, then, you know, there's much more of a positive view on these things.
I read this morning, Guru Maharaj even mentioned the material world is evil, like evil.
Mm.
And then you have from eyes of consciousness, you can use everything.
Yes.
Service for Krishna.
Yes. Yeah, there are many different, angles of vision, sometimes we'll hear our guru say, Maya is the enemy, And other times we'll hear them say, she's a great devotee of Krishna and she's doing her service, I'm trying to remember, in Brahma Samhita there was this really cool angle which I'd never quite come across before. I think it might have been like she was protecting the spiritual world. Something like that. You remember that? Something like that. How she was like protecting the spiritual world from ruffians like us entering. Like he was like turning it around like from the other side. Like normally we think of it in relation to ourselves in this world, but he was like turning it around and seeing it from the other side. That they don't want people like us going there. So. We need some training. We need to clean up our act a little bit. So she's like guarding, protecting in that sense, something like that. So there's many different angles of vision, and we can harmonize and accommodate all of them.
Yeah, it's magic.
Well, I would like to finish this chapter. There's just a few more verses. So, such mercy is not possible for ordinary living entities. Such mercy can be found only in you. Upon seeing me, even a sinful person goes away due to my bad bodily odor, yet you have touched me. Such is the independent behavior of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Kintu achila balo adamma hoya ebe ahankar mor janmi beasiya. Being meek and humble, the Brahmin Vasudeva worried that he would become proud after being cured by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So I've received all this mercy and now I'm worried I'm going to become proud of the mercy I received. Prabhu kohe kabu tomar naho be abhiman. Idantar koho tumi Krishna Krishna nam. So Mahaprabhu gives the solution here. To protect the Brahmin, Mahaprabhu advised him to chant the name of Krishna constantly. By doing so, he would never become unnecessarily proud. Krishna upadeshi koro jiver nishtar, achedate Krishna toma kori benangikar. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also advised Vasudeva to preach about Krishna and thus liberate living entities. As a result, Krishna would very soon accept him as his devotee. Etek kohiya Prabhu koilo antar dhane dui vipra gola goli kande prabhur gune. After instructing the Brahmin Vasudeva in that way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappeared from that place. Then the two Brahmins, Kurma and Vasudeva, embraced each other and began to cry, remembering the transcendental qualities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vasudeva dare kohilo akyan, Vasudeva mrita prada hoilo prabhurnam. Thus I have described how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reclaimed the leper Vasudeva, and so received the name Vasudeva mrita prada. The giver, so this is the name of Mahaprabhu, the giver of nectar to Vasudeva. Eto kohilo prabhur pratam gaman, kormadadashan Vasudevi mochan. Thus I end my description of the beginning of the tour of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his visiting the temple of Kurma, and his liberating the leper Brahmin Vasudeva. Shraddha koriye lila je kore shavan, achedate miloye tare chetana chanan. One who hears these pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with great faith will surely very soon attain the lotus feet of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya lila adiyanta nahi jani, seli ki jai mahanter muke shuni, I admit that I do not know the beginning or the end of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes. However, whatever I have written, I have heard from the mouths of great personalities. Ite aparadmor naloya bhaktagan tomasaba chadanmo ekanta sharam. O devotees, please do not consider my offenses in this regard. Your lotus feet are my only shelter. Shri Rupa Raghunath Pade Jarhash Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishna Das. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rup and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai. Just one point I'd like to add here. Srila Gurudev, he mentions how, here Kaviraj Goswami is telling this pastime of Mahaprabhu delivering this leper, Vasudev, Brahman, Vipra, who has leprosy, and how there's kind of like this celebration of how Mahaprabhu, delivered him, and cured him, and Srila Gurudev, he pointed out that, such things are not really in the line of pure devotion, because we don't need to, it's like Jesus handing out loaves of bread and like these kind of miracles. Like we don't need these things to like encourage our faith. I mean, like strictly speaking. But Gurudev said, Kaviraj Goswami has included here, and maybe there's one or two other similar occasions, like to encourage the faith of common people. Because this is something that impresses persons of lower faith, you hear also about people who get excited because they have proof now that Dwarka exists and, Ayodhya exists, and we've got, like archaeological evidence, it's really true. Like, okay, if you need that, then go ahead, but we don't need that, We're happy what our Guru has told us, what Bhagavatam, the Shastra has told us, that is enough. We don't need to see miracles, we don't need to see archaeological evidence, we don't need to have some material proof of the Lord's existence and his potency. We are living in the faithful plane.
And the angle of vision that you were approaching it at was what I saw as the path is actually for people of higher faith, saying that there was when he came to live in this attraction of heart, brought Mahaprabhu this extreme benevolence to all living entities. Like he was somebody who his heart was already to his capacity overflowing, and then that was matched with Sri Chaitanya. That sort of interaction of rather than being
about curing him. It was like an exchange of love. Yeah. I mean, really, like that Vasudev, he's living on such a high level of consciousness, he won't even be disturbed by this physical condition. He's putting the worms back in his body, So like you say, that's a nice point. It's more about an exchange of love, And the Lord likes his devotees to be glorified. So, but it's not that will be taken as evidence. Oh, the Lord is so great that he could cure a man of his leprosy. Yeah, like his mercy goes far beyond anything of this physical sphere.
Were you reading that it was the Brahmana Vasudev, and then he came to Mahaprabhu, and then he got another name? Then was it also a change from a Brahmana to Vaishnava?
Well, he was already a Vaishnav.
Okay.
Yeah. No, he didn't actually come to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu came to him.
Yeah.
Because he missed Mahaprabhu.
Yeah.
And
what you said.
yeah, the pull of the heart. Yeah. No, I mean he was already a great devotee. But he happened to be a Brahmin as well. Yeah. We better.
That is a very nice point that you make. It's about the love, the exchange of love, not about curing disease.
It seems to be the topic of the whole book.
Yeah.
Would you like to sing Hari Hari Nama Krishna? You can sing that. Page 60.
You usually do something like that.
Griffin, just so you know, we are live now, so if you could keep the ball rolling.
Well, it's 60.
Page 60 here.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadhavaya Namaha.
Hari Hari Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha.
Yadhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana.
Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana.
Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana.
Chaitanya
Shri Bhakti Seminar Community Goswami Maharaj Ki
Jai.
Shri Bhakti Rakshak Shri Haridev Goswami Maharaj Ki Bhagavan Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Shri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Acharya Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Saparshad Shiva Mahaprabhu Ki Shri Navadip Dham Ki Shri Angad Muni Ki Shri Bhakti Devi Vrinda Devi Tulasi Devi Ki Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Shama Radha Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Shri Guru Garanga Radha Giri Hari Ki Shri Chaitanya Sarasamat Ki Shri Bhakti Nirmamacharya Maharaj Ki Shri Bhakti Pavan Janarda Maharaj Ki Acharya Linda Ki Seva Linda Ki all the assembled devotees Ki all devotees Ki Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai Gaur Premanande.